it may well get harder and harder to continue to acquire recruits. Remember, this is a war that for the Russians is being fought by volunteers in order to minimize the political impact. But also, in terms of the armored vehicles and the like, the Russians have been working through huge stockpiles of Soviet era kit, dating back in some cases to the late 1960s, modernizing them briefly, but then sending them to the front because they're only producing a fraction of what they lose in a year. They're losing over 1,000 tanks, for example, a year, 200 to 300 new tanks. So they very much have to depend on these stockpiles, and these stockpiles are beginning to run low. Increasingly, what's left is just simply, junk or can only be used for spare parts. Now, again, this doesn't mean that suddenly the Russian forces are going to collapse, and Ukraine itself is also under severe pressure. But nonetheless, it does mean that there's going to be a series of tough decisions that will be made on have to be made on the battlefield and on the domestic political and economic front that up to now Putin has been able to dodge.